Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your January 2016 reading. Apologies that it's a little late, it's just been so busy lately, but let's get into it. It is for January. Can I remind you, Sagittarius, please, it is just a general reading, picking up on the energies of the majority of you. Check out your rising sign and your moon sign as well. And if you would like a personal reading, just click up on the link in the corner. Try saying that after having a few, not that I have. Click up on the link in the corner, go through to the website, choose what sort of reading you want. They're all different prices. Get yourself booked in, especially if you want a 2016 reading, but any others as well. And I'd love to do one for you. Right, so let me move this out of the way for the moment and turn this card round. We're starting off with the Eight of Wands, which can stand for you really in your present position. Eight of Wands are Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, so we'll go for you on this one, seeing as it's your reading. As January starts off, there is a lot of movement, there's a lot of swiftness. Kids are going back to school, you're going back to work, things are happening, things are moving. The rest that we might have had either between Christmas and New Year or just after New Year as pretty much it's gone now, and there's a great quickness in moving forward, getting things done, sorting things out, getting all the Christmas decorations away, all that sort of things coming about for you. Any matters that were unsatisfactory, anything that you did have problems with, should move to a good place, should move to a better place for some of you. So there should be a good conclusion coming around. For some of you, if you had, especially if there was any delays or there's been any hold-ups or anything, that's done with, and we're moving forward, and we're moving forward quickly. However, let me remind you that it's Mercury retrograde as well. So contracts and electrical things breaking down and all that sort of thing, watch out for that. But there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of moving forward. Your challenge card is the Seven of Swords. That's going to go two ways, I think. For some of you, it's not too much of a challenge. It's good, because as the year starts, you will be finding something that you've lost, and this could be something to do with Mercury retrograde. So you could actually physically be finding something that you've lost, be it a pair of earrings or some paperwork, or something might turn up that you've been looking for. Otherwise, for the rest of you, it could be that you're dealing with somebody who may be deceitful around you, who has tried to pull the wool over your eyes, or who has not been all that honest with you about something, and they're trying to get away with it. Occasionally it can mean the physical stealing of property. That's not going to apply to the majority of you. I think this is depicting more somebody around you who has not been altogether honest in certain matters. It also stands for, or in this reading anyway, as a challenge, Mercury retrograde, because there can be hold-ups and postponements, and that the Seven of Swords can stand for. And you've got the Eight of Wands, which is moving forward and things coming around quickly and getting going and getting moving. So maybe part of your challenge is having to work through Mercury retrograde as well, that's coming in. So for every step you take forward, Mercury retrograde might come in and try and take you a couple of steps back. So it's pushing against that resistance of Mercury as well. It's definitely, and if somebody is being deceitful around you, if that stands for that as well, you will find out, the truth will come out with Mercury retrograde. Truths, things that were hidden become clear to you at that point. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, because the truth will be known and it will come up for you. You've had Not too bad at Christmas or the end of December. That's not been too bad. For a lot of you, it's been quite peaceful. It's been quite calm, but I think for some of you, you have had decisions that you needed to make. And for those of you who had to make decisions, there was a lot of communication, a lot of honest, open communication having to go on in order to come to some sort of decision. And you might have felt a bit confused as well. There was open and honest communication, but as a result of having to make a decision that you were confused about. So that comes quite strongly at the end of December for you. And I didn't turn the card around, sorry. And ignore my nails, I've not done them. I'd rather get the cards out today. Just into the future, we've got the Page of Cups. So there is something coming in for you, something of an emotional matter, something that might be close to your heart. For some of you, if it's a new love or you've just started dating somebody, it's saying that you need time and space to let feelings develop between the two of you. Don't rush things. Take things easy. You don't have to rush that one. You might be rushing around at work and everything else, but that one, just take some time and space and let it develop at its own pace. If it's a new relationship that's come in at the beginning of January or is about to come in to your life. For those of you who started off the new year with a sense of you've got your self-confidence back, you've found some trust again, you've found that self-love, you've been nurturing yourself and looking after yourself, that's really good, because that Page of Cups is bringing that in as well, that beginnings of self-love. And it's not in an egotistical way or anything like that. You have to love yourself, you have to think highly and value yourself in order to have that come back to you in other people. Otherwise, whatever fears and doubts you've got inside will just be reflected back to you in the form of other people coming into your life and doing what you fear and doing what you doubt, until you've worked through those lessons yourself, and then that finally stops happening. And if you find yourself in a cycle of that always happening to you, then it's time for you to look within first and fix what's inside, and then it will fix the outside world as well, and it'll fix and stop certain cycles and situations that have been going on around you. There's a lot of love coming into your life. Bring love into your life with self-love, with the love of other people around you, compassion, and sharing. There's a lot of sharing going on in January as well. There's a new path for some of you. There's new ideas coming in as well. Don't act on the new ideas because of Mercury retrograde. It's a time of planning during January. So, or redoing, rewriting, re-looking at it, renegotiating, all the re-words. That's what it is during January for you. So even new ideas, new perspectives, new things, but try and just be in the planning stage. That will set firm foundations for you as well going forward. So don't worry about just planning. It's good to get those firm solid foundations down first of all, because coming up, hang on, let me start finish this one first. For some of you with Mercury retrograde, this could be a person coming back into your life as well. Somebody from your past, somebody you knew before, maybe an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, an ex-friend, somebody that maybe you didn't think you'd hear from again. There's a very possibility that they could come back into your life at some point during January. The Tower card. For some of you, the Tower is going to fall. With the swiftness of things that are coming in for some of you, you're going to be stalled because of Mercury retrograde, and that's your challenge. For others of you, things are going to come around quite quickly, and there's going to be quite big challenges to go through. A few of you, not all of you, the Tower card comes in as saying that structure needs to fall, man-made things need to fall in order to be rebuilt, and be rebuilt with those solid foundations of the Page of Cups in order to go forward. I have a feeling most of you have already gone through this with me doing it on the 5th. Somehow I think it's already happened for some of you, and you've seen structures fall, you've seen big changes that have come around for you. Did somebody lose their job? Sorry. The ones who lost a job, is quite specific, the ones who lost a job in December, you will find something else, but it will be something different to what you were doing before. And just stay positive and sort of keep the faith as you go forward. You will find something else, but it will be different. A different job than you did before. Maybe a job that you hadn't thought of doing before, but something else will come round. That could be, you know, part of your Tower, but that's quite specific. If the truth comes out with this card here, the Tower's going to fall with some of you, because that is going to cause some upheaval and quarrels going on from that person. For those of you that it applies to, for the person who's being deceitful around you, when that truth comes out and it's understood, that is going to cause some disruption. It's not going to be loads and loads of disruption though, because it's, you know, it's going to be, but it is going to, it's going to, for those of you that it affects, it is going to upset you to a certain point, because you didn't expect it would happen from this person, or you didn't expect this particular person to do what they've done or say what they've said. And it's more of a, it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment to you. And I think because of this, we've got the Emperor in the conscious position. It's going to be a case of mind over heart, thinking with your mind instead of your heart this time. And I usually say it's the other way around, but unfortunately when the Emperor arrives, it's you having to take charge of something, you having to deal with something, and be more in a leadership role to move forward. It's very masculine energy, so it's a very strong energy, and some of you are having to take on that influence, those feelings, in order to bring resolution to something, and to keep your inner balance as well, to keep your inner balance while it's going on. Try not to allow others to take control of you, or to try and get one over on you, or to try and tell you how it should be or how you should be doing something, if you truly believe that the way you're doing something is right. But when we come to the Ace of Coins, and this is sort of overall advice for the whole month, and it's good, there is the chance of more money coming in, or money coming in from hard work you've put into something. This is not particularly, it's not particularly a gift. It's not coming up as a gift, it's coming up as something that you've put hard work into, and you're going to get the reward for that during January. Now it could be relationship based, I think it's more material, I think it's more money based, excuse me, I think it's more some of you helped out somebody more than you needed to, in a way that you probably didn't need to actually, but you did, because you were being generous and kind and compassionate and that sort of thing. And you, for some of you, and I feel this was at the beginning of January, you really put yourself out for somebody. You really helped somebody as much as you could. And part of the monetary thing, you're going to get some sort of reward for that. That's going to come back to you for your kindness and your generosity, and giving your it's always giving your time to somebody, but you're actually going to get monetary rewarded for that in some way during January. It was very well appreciated, and you were very valued to do that. And I feel like whoever you did this for is extremely thankful during January, so they are going to repay you. And it's not something that you particularly expected to happen, but they're going to come through with something, either a gift or monetary reward of some sort. So it could come in actually as, because we've got the Queen of Swords, which is like family, friends, people around you. It could be during January that you do have to support somebody. Give your time, support, generosity, kindness, a shoulder to cry on, because this person, now it could be any number of sort of signs. It could be Virgo, Libra, Scorpio or Aquarius. Could be one of those, and they're in your life and they need your support, and they need you as a support system, a shoulder to cry on, somebody to listen to them. And during January, if you haven't done it already, I feel like you'll be really putting yourself out for this person and really helping them, because they really, I feel like they may have suffered a bereavement. They may have lost a partner, and you're going to be there for them. You're going to support them. And this person is usually quite happy and quite quick-witted, and but they need you at the moment during January. So, and you're being told as well with the Faith card, which is the Hierophant in other packs, that everything's okay, everything's going to be okay, and you're going to be looking, you're going to be either giving your wisdom to somebody else, maybe the person who's come to cry on your shoulder, who needs your support. You'll be giving a lot of wisdom to them, or they might actually give some wisdom to you, and you will be learning something. I think you're going to be giving out a lot of advice during January, especially to this person who needs your support. So you will learn from each other, but you will be giving a lot of kind, compassionate advice to somebody. Some of you could hear about some marriages as well, either getting engaged or getting married. That comes up quite a lot when the Hierophant card comes up for you. But there's a definite you giving out wisdom or advice to somebody else who is going to really need it this month. I do think that something's happened around them that they really need your support for. Be careful of trying to please people just for the sake of pleasing them. I mean, the person who's coming along for support, you are going to be quite happy to support them and help them and give your time to them, etc. But don't let everyone take advantage of that. Don't let anyone take advantage of that, especially for the ones who are in a position where they're going to find out that someone's been quite deceitful towards them. Don't let them take advantage. And for those of you who are going to be acting like the Emperor, then you've got no problem there. You're going to be strong going forward and that. But for those of you who may have somebody trying to take control of you or lord it over you this month, then just don't allow it. You give out your time and your patience, compassion, love, etc. to the people you feel need it, deserve it. Don't give it to anybody who has been negative lately, who has been negative towards you, who has hurt you in any way. Don't let them try and take advantage of you. Don't let them try and take advantage of, because I think for some of you that might happen. By the end of the month, you've got a beautiful outcome card. You've got the Two of Cups. So for those of you who have just started dating or you're looking for somebody, there is that Two of Cups. There is a nice harmony by the end of the month for you. Possibly for those of you who may end up with somebody coming back into your life again, with Mercury retrograde, that could turn into a deep friendship by the end of the month. That could turn into a possible relationship as well, which will and there'll be a strong bonding between the two of you. There'll be strong commitment there, and there will be harmony there as well for you. This is somebody who's coming back into your life. For some of you, it's the person who's coming back into your life who needs the support. There's going to be a really strong bond with them. For others of you, that's somebody different again. So you've got two separate people coming in, the one that needs support, and then for some of you, the one who's coming back from your past, who you didn't think was coming back, but is coming back in. And a few of you, it will be the same person, right? There's a lot of people in this reading, so it is getting quite confusing. There is, let me repeat that. For some of you, with Mercury retrograde, somebody will be coming back into your life that you thought you had lost or wouldn't see again, and that is going to end up as a strong union, as a strong bonding. And for some of you, that person who is coming back into your life is going to need support and help from you, and you're going to freely give that. For others of you, it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be two separate people. Either someone's coming back into your life that you will set up union with, or the other person that's coming in that needs the support from you is a different person. Or it could be one or the other. How confusing is that? You know what I mean. So there is by the end of the month, for quite a few of you, for the majority of you, there is going to be some sort of bond there between you and somebody else that's coming in. But do not let anyone take advantage of you. Make sure that the things that you're dealing with, you have mind over heart with it, and act like the Emperor. Don't let anyone else act like the Emperor around you. And for those of you who are dealing with the deceitful person that may come in, and the Tower falling, that Two of Cups is still there as an outcome for you. Whatever scenarios you go throughout the month, the Two of Cups is still there for you. So it's a harmony between souls. It is a bonding. So it could be a really deep friendship. It could be a love affair, a romance. It could even be a business partnership for some of you. But it's a really nice outcome card. You're going to feel very strongly connected to someone else. And that someone else, as I say, they're going to come in a variety of ways, and they can play out in a different variety of situations, but the outcome card is the same, that there's going to be a nice bond there, a nice deeper bond than there ever was before. Okay, so right, I need a cuppa after that one. That's your reading for January. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe. I will speak to you soon. Remember, if you want a personal reading, which might not be quite as confusing as that when I'm dealing with every single Sagittarius on the planet, then get yourself booked in. Namaste, blessings and light, and I love you loads. Bye.